Alright guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. You may know if you follow my Instagram and my YouTube, I mentioned it in my last video that I was going away on holiday. Well, I'm now away on holiday in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's pretty nice where I am, but I'm seriously like deserted on this beautiful place. But it means it'll be very, very hard for me to make YouTube videos because I have very limited access to the internet. There's no reception down here, absolutely no service. I have to get driven like over an hour to find an internet cafe, which is what I'm gonna have to do tomorrow to upload this video. But where I am right now, where I'm sitting right now, I'm currently surrounded by nothing more than rainforests, big trees, which pretty much makes up the rainforest, beautiful beaches, plenty of kangaroos, long quiet roads, and grass, I guess. I don't know, yeah, grass. And I really don't not want to make videos for the next week. I get back on the 8th of January, so when I get back on the 8th, I'll resume to my usual upload schedule. But while I am away, I'm going to do my best to bring out at least one video, which is going to be this Q&A video. I've got an awesome video which I'm going to film later today, hopefully, which is bombing some hills in the rainforest, which would be sick. You guys have been requesting a Q&A video out of me for a while now, so I thought what better way to get it done than sitting next to the beautiful ocean and talking to you guys and answering some of your questions. I posted up on Instagram while I had reception back in Sydney, asking you guys to ask me some, oh my god, I've actually got reception right now. I've got reception right now. I had well over 1,000 comments, and then I arrived to my holiday destination and realized I didn't have any reception or internet, so I couldn't even check the questions. So I had to ride the bike all the way to the top of the hill just so I could screenshot as many questions as I could to answer in the video. So right now I'm gonna flick through plenty of the comments. I've got so many, and I'm gonna answer questions for you guys that you guys asked me. All right, so flicking through the comments. All right, so the first question we have Harrison Andrew 852, shout out to you, man. He said, what made you start scootering and why? First question we have Harrison Andrew 852, shout out to you, man. He said, what made you start scootering and why? Great first question. Well, basically, I got a skateboard for my 4th birthday, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, I got a skateboard when I was 4 years old, and all I wanted to do was ride a skateboard. I didn't even know about scootering. I didn't think scootering was really like a big thing back then. It was 2002, so scootering was like big, like in a way, but it wasn't really as big as it is now, obviously. So I was skateboarding for years and years and years. All I wanted to do was become a professional skater and make a living off skateboarding and just like skate every single day. And I actually ended up winning like a lot of competitions. I got really good at skateboarding. I got sponsored by a local shop. I was getting free stuff whenever I wanted. Skateboarding was pretty much my life, and like, of course, I started to notice scooter riders at the skate park, and I was like that typical skater who like hated on scooter riders just for like the sake of it, just to fit in, when really I actually had nothing against scooter riders. At my local park, Chatswood, there was like Jackson Manzi and a lot of people who like don't ride anymore. I mean, Jackson doesn't ride anymore, but he's still involved in the scene. And I remember Jackson was riding at Chatswood one day, and like all like the locals were friends, like all the skaters, scooter riders, BMXers, we were all mates. And I used to borrow people's scooters all the time. I remember I used to borrow Jackson's scooter quite a bit. I'm pretty sure it was him. And I used to just like jump the hip and just like ride fly out, do 360s. I used to do that maybe like once a month. And then it became like once a week. And then almost every single day I'd borrow someone's scooter for like at least 10 minutes just to like jump the hip. And then eventually I dug up an old Razor A1 scooter out of my garage and just started riding that on my street secretly without letting any of my skater mates know. Because I was like a sponsored skater at the time, and I'd still be skating. I'd just like come home early and go scooter. I remember telling my mate one time that I was feeling sick and I had to go home, but really I just wanted to go home and ride my scooter. And I think it was like the week after that I actually brought the scooter to the skate park, and everyone was like, oh my god, like Jack's riding the scooter. And I never thought I'd actually start scootering. I thought maybe this is just gonna be a week that I'm interested in it, then, you know, next week I'll be back on the board. But it progressed pretty fast. I was like doing like, I don't know, I learned like truck drivers on my first day somehow. I guess I had like a lot of experience with balance and like learning to kind of pump and experience with transition from skateboarding. But I seemed to just progress on the scooter really fast. And that was like halfway through the year, and then later in the year, when November came up, I begged my mum for a scooter, and I got my first scooter for my 12th birthday, and that's pretty much how I started scootering. I can't find the person who asked me what my first scooter was. Okay, I lost the question where the guy asked me what my first pro scooter was, but I'll answer it for all you guys now who are wondering. For my 12th birthday, my first proper pro scooter was a District and Blunt custom. I had Blunt stripper bars, which I don't think they even make anymore. I had 2 District double clamps, a District DK 1 or 2 deck. Eagle wheels, and then forks I had District DK 1 or 2 forks. I actually love that scooter. Now for a question that I've been asked so much. Peora, I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but Peora_L.V asked me, when did you turn street and were you park? Okay, a lot of people ask me this. So basically, when I first started scooter riding, I pretty much had no idea about street riding. I rode park for the first 2 years of riding. I only rode park. So yes, I can buttercup, I can kickless. Someone actually asked me that, can you buttercup and kickless? Yes, I can buttercup and kickless. When I first started scooter riding, I actually met a lot of riders really quickly at my local park, Chatswood. I rode with Jack McCann, like way back in the day when we were both learning like bars and stuff. This guy called Aiden, Quillen, Tom, Kai Saunders was like just starting to ride with us back then. So yeah, Kai Saunders and Jack McCann are like the only riders who still ride today that rode with me way back in like 2011, 2012. Like learned tricks together. We were like always progressing with each other, and it was like super fun, and we like only rode park. They were like the best days of scootering. Like we just used to bring our crappy handy cams to the skate park, and we used to just like set them up and either fly out, just like fly out the whole entire day. We could like feeble ledges and board slide rails, but we had no idea about street riding. We like only rode park. You could tell everyone was starting to get bored because we used to bring like couches and mattresses to the skate park. Instead of riding for 6 hours straight, we ended up like sitting there on the couches for like 3 hours, riding for an hour, going to get some food and drink, coming back, sitting on the sofas, maybe fly out for a little bit longer. That's when I kind of detached from like the whole entire group, and I just started like riding street. I remember I got a French ID deck, got some T-bars, and I just started like learning how to ride ledges and rails. Lars Scoots, L-A-R-S, Scoots 11. What is your best and most favorite trick? Okay, well they're pretty much like separate tricks. My best trick and my favorite trick are both completely separate. I don't know if I have a best trick. Tricks have been harder but not taken as long. Then there have probably been easier tricks that have taken longer, so they felt like harder tricks. But I don't really have like a best trick. But my favorite trick to do, full whip on flat ground or pretty much on anything, or a hurricane on a rail. Going through the questions, BCHL_Scoots, he says, what is the most insane trick you've gotten? I think the most insane trick I've done would have to be the ender, the banger, the last trick in my Welcome to Urban Art video, which was a quadruple kinked rail. I had like a little cap on it, and I was like, stuff it, I'm gonna do it anyway. I remember that trick took me like well over 2.5 hours to land, and I had to keep filling up my drink bottle at this tap, which was at the church behind me. I remember we got kicked out, this lady was calling the cops. I just kept going, and I ended up landing it. If you haven't seen that clip yet, it's the last trick in my Urban Art welcome video. We've got Jared_Dawson, who asks, what's the most insane spot you've ever ridden? I think I'm yet to come to the most insane spot. I think 2017 will be the year where I go to the most insane street spot. Nathan Bobbin, who says, who do you hate the most out of your group? I think I hate the most out of my whole group. We got Sam_Devlin2424, who asks me, have you ever been in any big competitions for scootering? I remember Scooter Hut was hosting the Pro Series. While they were in Melbourne, they had a competition. It was like a side competition. It was part of the Pro Series, but it wasn't one of the stops. Then it was like a street competition at this street plaza at Melbourne Skate Plaza. I went down for the competition. I was there for a week. I was filming for one of my full parts, and on the last day was the street comp, and I'd like completely forgotten about the comp. I didn't even want to go in it anymore. Turned up to the comp, and there were like some huge names there, and I was like, I've got no chance. Somehow threw down 2 like perfect runs, and I ended up coming first place, and I won $2,000. That was probably the biggest competition I've been in. I won $2,000. That was crazy. I was like 16 years old, paid for the Melbourne trip on my own with my money I had from my job at KFC, which I quit like a week before I went to Melbourne. Yeah, I ended up winning the $2,000. That was actually crazy. We have Harry_Turnbull, who asks, who's your favorite scootering YouTuber? I mean, let's be honest, guys. Are there any scooter rider YouTubers left? Or did they all just go to trampoline parks and flip bottles? No, I'm just kidding. My favorite scooter rider YouTuber would probably have to be Scooter Brad, just because he makes probably the most realist scooter-related YouTube videos on the web. What bars do you have? _Noah the Croft 12 asks, what bars do you have? I'm currently running the Urban Art Primo Evo bars in the raw colorway, and everyone always asks me how tall and wide my bars are. My bars are 20.5 inches wide and 23 inches tall. We have Ranger_05, who says, would you ever come to New Zealand and check out their street spots? Yes, I'm actually coming to New Zealand in the middle of January. I'm going to be there I arrive on the 20th of January, and I'm leaving on the 24th. And I'll be there for the Auckland Street Jam, and the other days I'll just be riding spots, riding parks. Someone else also asked me, I lost the question, but he said, are you going to be collabing and linking up with Scooter Brad? And yes, I will. Scooter Brad's also going to be in Auckland at the time, and we're going to be linking up, making videos together. So New Zealand, in the middle of January, I'm going to be making videos with Scooter Ride. It is going to be absolutely insane. I cannot wait to leave the country again. So keen on that. It's going to be awesome. We have Geordie_.co. How old are you when you're going to decide to stop riding? I'm literally going to try keep riding until I physically can't anymore. And if one day I have to stop riding, I'm going to continue doing this YouTube channel, maybe start up something else. I've got big plans for this YouTube channel in the future. And this year is going to be the year I make it. Like, I really want to do some big things. I don't plan on stopping scooter riding anytime soon. I love it too much. I don't feel like I need to quit anytime soon. Scootering is always going to be a part of what I do in my life. So I don't have an age I'm going to quit. That'd be kind of weird. We have @SawnDesi asks me, why does your smile span from one earlobe to the other? Okay, next question. What wheels do you ride? I'm currently riding Urban Art wheels like right now, but there's a new company coming out called O Wheels, and I'm going to be prototyping their wheels when I get back to Sydney. They're a new wheel company. You probably haven't heard about them at all, but they're going to be up and coming probably this year, and I'm going to be riding their wheels. Okay, one question that I've been asked the most in the comment section of my YouTube channel and the comments on my Instagram. I've been inboxed on Facebook about it non-stop. Why don't I go to school? First of all, I would have finished school by now anyway because I'm 18. And they say, why did you drop out of school? Why did you leave high school? Okay, so I'm going to answer this question because you guys have been asking me non-stop, and I think it's going to clear a lot of things up. So basically, I never really liked going to school purely because of the reason I always wanted to be riding my scooter. I didn't ditch that much, but I was always trying to find a way to ride my scooter instead of going to school. Then when I turned 16, I said, I'm gonna leave school. And one day I seriously just left school and never went back. And it all got sorted out, all the paperwork got sorted out. And they said I had to be working at least 25 hours a week if I wanted to leave school at 16 years old. And I left school, I searched for a job for like 2 weeks, and I started working at KFC. Yeah, the reason I dropped out was seriously just because I wanted to ride more. And I just wanted to pursue my dream of scooter riding. And I didn't even really know what my dream or goal was with scooter riding. I just wanted to keep riding and see where it took me. And now I've started a YouTube channel. I dropped out, I got a job at KFC, I worked there for like 2 months. And that competition in Melbourne I told you about earlier, that was coming up. All my mates were going down, and I had like 800 bucks saved up from KFC, which was the money I hadn't spent. I quit my job at KFC, and with the money I had left, I went to Melbourne. My parents said, you've got to pay for the whole Melbourne trip yourself because they were pretty angry that I left school and quit my job. And I went to Melbourne, and I pretty much had no money in Melbourne. I had like 100 bucks to last me a whole entire week. The competition was on the last day, and as I said, I won $2,000, and that just kept me going into the next year. And then I got sponsored by Urban Art and started earning a bit of money off them. So I've been really, really lucky. I mean, I've put in a lot of work, but I've been really lucky, money-wise, with how I've kept going and kept doing what I love. So yeah, I quit school because I really just wanted to ride my scooter more. And everyone says, oh, did your parents care? Yeah, of course they cared. I kind of just did whatever I wanted. I kind of left school. And I don't even, a lot of people told me it was the worst decision of your life and you're going to regret it. And so far I haven't regretted it one bit. I've had the most fun I've ever had. And hopefully this YouTube channel takes me somewhere. I have big plans for the YouTube channel this year. So, yeah, I mean, what have I been doing? I've been riding my scooter. I filmed 3 full parts in 1 year. I got sponsored by Urban Art. They took me overseas to London earlier this year. I'm about to go overseas again to New Zealand in 2 weeks. So scooter riding's treating me pretty well. I'm getting paid as well. I don't know what more I could ask for. But yeah, I dropped out of school to ride scooters. It was a really, really big decision, but honestly, I didn't really think it through that much at all. But yeah, I dropped out of school to ride scooters. Okay, next we have, everyone says I live alone. I don't live alone. ECJ600 says, will I ever have a fan meetup? I don't know, maybe when my channel gets a lot bigger, I find I probably won't make one just yet because my channel isn't huge just yet, but I can make one in the future if you guys want. Seb.W17 says, do you smoke? No, I do not smoke. I do not smoke anything. Todd Robertson 2 says, have you ever broken a bone? Scootering, I've been super lucky, touch wood. I've never ever really hurt myself that bad. I remember I really badly bruised my tailbone at one point. Back when I used to skate, I remember I was trying to board slide the curved rail at my local skate park, and I fell back and landed with my wrist under my back, snapped my wrist in half. I must have been 11 or 12 when that happened. But yeah, I haven't really broken a bone scooter riding. Good question we have @TheThrashGordon says, how do you overcome scooter rider haters? Well, first of all, haters don't really exist for me. People who hate on you, especially if they're skateboarders or something, first of all, they're probably hating on you just to fit in with their mates. Maybe because one of them hates on scooter riders, all their mates pretend they hate on scooter riders because scooter riders are so gay apparently, and I don't know, it's just a trend to hate on scooter riders in the skateboarding and BMX scene. If you're getting hate for something, you've just got to remember you must be doing something right, because everyone who gets hated on always seem to be the most successful ones. If you're getting hated on, just remember it's just a step. It's just one of the stepping stones you've got to overcome to success. So every time someone hates on me, I just think to myself, well, hell yeah, this is stepping stones to success, I guess. Every time someone hates on me, I just think, well, hell yeah, I must be doing something right. @they_call_me_Willie asks, are you gonna come to America at some point? This year, I want to make it to America. I seriously want to make it. That is like my dream place to ride. A few people actually ask me that, where's your dream place to ride? America, 100%, that is my dream place to ride my scooter. Just for so many reasons. There's just so many people over there that I want to ride with, so many spots, amazing skate park. Yeah, my goal this year is to come to America. On to the next question. Mr. Minor.s asks, what size feet are you? 8 in Nikes, 9 in Adidas, I think. Joe_L.inch. So Joe Lynch asks me, do I need a special scooter, especially for street riding? Well, do you need a special scooter? For stunt scooter riding, you definitely need a special scooter. I mean, you can really ride street with any scooter. I think the deck is the most important part when it comes to street riding. You want to find a deck with a completely flat bottom with 2 rectangular rails on the side, rails being like the little parts that kind of stick out a little bit further than like the middle of the base of the deck. Because those types of decks are going to lock in perfectly on feebles. You want to find a deck with a lot of room between like the front of the bottom of the deck and the fork so you can do blunt slides. You want a wide deck, something boxed on the edges so it's good for finger whips, and something kind of wide with boxed edges so it's good for 50-50s. Bars, any bars, I mean I find T-bars are just the best, they just look the nicest as well. Wheels, you want to find some really durable wheels. On street terrain, it's not always the smoothest concrete like in the skate parks. Sometimes it's really rugged. If you want to buy any scooter parts, guys, you want to be shopping from Scooter Hut. They have 4 or 5 stores around us, and you can also buy products online. If you want to buy any parts from Scooter Hut and get a discount, hit the link in the description. It'll be the second link just under my Instagram in the description. If you click on that link, that'll take you directly to the Scooter Hut website and you'll get a discount when you're checking out. If not, go to www.scooterhut.com.au, and when you're checking out, use my discount code JDOUBT10 for 10% off your order when ordering online. Okay, we've got Callum Young, who asks me, will you make more night vlogs? I've only ever made that one video at night, which was the GoPro in the streets at night video. That was super fun to make. It was like a little bit boring because I was on my own, but it was super fun. And I had really bad bearings in that night. I don't know what happened, but I changed out my wheels. And yeah, I'm gonna go out again at night sometime next week, I hope, and film another night video. I'm gonna try and get someone to come out with me. If not, I'm gonna go out with my GoPro LED light again, bomb some hills at night. That was super fun. So yeah, next week I'm aiming to make another video at night. Okay, we got a cool question right here. Would you rather? We have Johnny.gun96. He said, would you rather ride a really bad razor scooter for the rest of your life and be able to do whatever trick you want, or ride the scooter you have now but only be able to do tail whips? I'd probably rather ride the razor and be able to do whatever trick I wanted, but then my scooter would feel really bad if it's like an A1. So I don't really know, that's a tough question. I'm gonna have to think about that one. Okay, we've got a great question here. Simon.Brydolf asks me, what app do you use to make your Insta clips on? Great question. I'm gonna be making a completely separate video telling you exactly how to make the best Insta clips in the world. I'm gonna show you how to film them, how to edit them on your phone, all the apps that I use to edit them, how I save them, how I add my slow motion, how I add the songs. I'm gonna show you pretty much everything. I'm gonna make a video on how to make the best Insta clips in the world for scooter riding and skateboarding, whatever you ride. I'm gonna show you how to make the best Insta clips. I'm gonna make that all in a separate video, so get keen on that. I'll be making that sometime soon as well, hopefully next week. If you think that's a good idea, comment down below and I'll definitely show you how to get that done. Okay, so basically when I first started my YouTube channel, it was growing like reasonably at like a medium pace. I was about to hit 10K, and then Scooter Brad gave me a shout out in one of his videos, and then I made a viral video called Security Guards Fight Scooter Riders, which is currently sitting on like 320,000 views or something. And I think those two things combined just blew up my channel, and I don't even remember hitting like 15, 16, 17K. I remember just like waking up with like 20K one day, and then since then I've just been constantly making videos as much as I can, which is why I'm making videos while I'm away on holiday. And yeah, I'm trying to bring out like a video at the least every 2 days. I uploaded almost every single day last week, and yeah, I think just constantly making videos and doing something different, making street riding vlogs, just makes people kind of intrigued and gets people watching. yeah, while making this video right now, I just hit 32,000 subscribers. And I've got some awesome video ideas, guys, trust me. I've got some great ideas planned. Can you do a scooter check? Alec_Chaffin23. Not in this Q&A. Okay, the reason I haven't made a scooter check yet is because I'm still waiting for the brand new Urban Art Primo Evo deck. And I don't want to make a scooter check before that arrives, because then like a week after I make the scooter check, I'll be getting a different deck. So as soon as my new deck arrives, I'll be making a scooter check, yes. Kai Dow asks me, what's your favorite park trick? I guess you'd call a whip front scooter a park trick. And I like doing those every now and then, even though I barely do them, but yeah. Okay, we got Amara, I can't really pronounce her name, but AMERAIR, Jordan, says, do you ever have a point where you have no interest in scootering and you want to ride the next few weeks on a BMX or skateboard? Because I get those feelings and I want to know if you have them too. Yeah, dude, like, I don't get them very often. I used to get them quite a bit, which is like when I literally did take like weeks off to ride BMX or to go surfing. I get those feelings quite a bit, but I feel like that's only when, like, sometimes you go through periods where like you just don't progress, where you just like, for some reason just can't learn anything new. And I used to have those all the time. I used to have like these periods of time where I just couldn't learn new tricks. I like didn't know what to learn next. I would just be doing the same old tricks. And then like the next week I'd just be learning all these new tricks and taking them to new obstacles and stuff. And I still get those feelings where things get boring, but I feel like maybe you've just got to watch different types of videos to inspire you. Maybe watch a skateboard or BMX video, listen to different types of music. Maybe that might help. Maybe you should go ride a BMX for a week or something, or a skateboard. That might just get you interested. I know plenty of friends who have like quit scootering for like a year and gone to ride skateboards, and they come back to scootering way stronger than before. Maybe try and ride street if you're a park rider. Maybe go ride park for a bit if you're a street rider. I don't know. You'll figure it out. Anyway, that was the last question. And I really hope you enjoyed. That's pretty much all I have for you guys with this video. I'm gonna do my best to make a video later today. I know these insane hill bombs that I'm gonna bomb with my GoPro through the rainforest on my scooter, which is gonna be insane. It's like this really sketchy road, it's all bumpy. I'm gonna bomb down it. I'll be in New Zealand from the 20th to the 24th of January for the Auckland Street Jam, and I'll be linking up with Scooter Brad to get hyped on some videos on his channel and my channel. We'll be collabing together, making some videos. I'm on holiday right now until the 8th of January, if you didn't already know. Yeah, as soon as I get back on the 8th, I'll resume to my usual upload schedule. I'm gonna try and bring out daily videos every single day next week to make up for only 1 or 2 videos this week. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This video is now over. I had a great time answering your questions. I hope I answered yours. I can make another Q&A in the future. If you think that's a good idea, let me know. But yeah, thank you so much for all the love and support on my channel in 2016. I'm on 32,000 subscribers, which is insane. I really want to hit that 50K ASAP, and then my goal for this year is to hit 100,000 subscribers. Just 32,000 subscribers, like, it's just insane. I cannot believe it. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, as always. Remember, drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Leave a positive comment below, and most of all, subscribe if you're new for real quality scooter riding content. So yeah, until next time, have a great night, day, afternoon, whatever time of day it is where you guys are watching this video right now. Have a happy new year, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. See you later.